Hello, I'm Jeffrey Morse, and welcome to Virtual Playground, the show where we play the game so you know which games to play. I'm here with my very special guest, Kyle Anthony, who doesn't seem to be here.
Just stall a little bit longer, man.
Okay, we're here today to talk about... I can't do this without you, Kyle. I think
Just making sure my teeth were clean.
there he is. Kyle Anthony.
Hello, I'm Kyle.
And Kyle, what are we here to talk about today?
Well, Jeff, today is a very important video game to talk about. Mass Effect 3 by BioWare.
The original Mass Effect was released back in 2007, and since then there's been 3 games and has brought gamers through one of the most immersive video game universes in the history of video games. Would you agree with that, Kyle?
I really would agree with it. I feel like the story is a rare one in video games nowadays.
So, for Mass Effect 3, the galaxy is being invaded by this giant galactic alien threat known as the Reapers. So obviously, Kyle, the greatest strength of Mass Effect 3 would be its story. Would you agree?
I would easily agree. I feel like the story alone in Mass Effect is so much different than anything else in a video game compared to where go here, kill this guy, go here, save these people. It's just so immersive, and it's great to play through having that around.
Everything that you do makes you feel like you literally are Commander Shepard. I've never felt more connected to a video game character before. The game had good gameplay, lots of good action sequences, lots of different stuff. What really made it an amazing game for me was those parts where just you feel so connected to the characters and just those high emotional parts.
I would have to agree with you. I mean, for me, playing through on the third game was seeing those relationships from the first game come to fruition, seeing how far your characters have come and grow, and it feels like you've been with them this entire trip. I mean, I know for myself, Garrus, favorite character. Some of the best moments in the game are with Garrus. I mean,
the bro date with Garrus.
The bro date with Garrus.
On top of the Citadel.
I'm Garrus Vicarian. This is my favorite spot in Citadel.
You feel like he's your best friend, like
He basically is. In video game world, me and Garrus would kick it. It's such a highlight to see all the characters come together and all those stories and all those funny jokes from the first game carry over. You say this planet or that planet, or who do you hug or who do you love? It's intense.
Another high emotional part for me was the end of the game when you're saying your goodbyes to all your squad.
Yeah.
It brings you to tears pretty much.
Hey, this is how far we've come. Let's finish it right. Let's finish the fight.
Some other great points of the game. It had a great soundtrack done by Golden Globe nominated composer Clint Mansell. Use my Turtle Beach headphones. Complete stereo surround sound. Like, I can tell you from my experience, like everything is just crystal clear. The sound editing is perfect in the game. Another welcome addition to Mass Effect 3 is a new multiplayer mode, which I was really skeptical at first when I heard about it, but it actually turned to be more of a co-op mode where you fight waves of enemies in a survival mode, kind of like Gears of War 4. I've had a lot of good times playing with my friends. We call us the Mode Squad, and we just have a blast fighting together. And that'll actually keep me coming back to the game for a while.
Throughout the Mass Effect series, you really haven't been able to face a lot of, bosses like you're used to in video games where you build up to this conflict with one main bad guy. I mean, you have a lot of mini bosses, as you will, little small fights, but never anything that excites you. Like, this is the big boss. This is what I've been working for. I feel like that's one of the letdowns of the game, is that there's no end boss. Like, they build up something, but it's just not there at the end.
Pretty much the only negative thing about this game is the ending.
The ending.
So I'm sure by now, once you guys have heard about the controversial ending, spoiler alert for you guys who haven't beaten it yet, click away now.
So, the ending of Mass Effect 3, you gotta start back on the mission on Earth. I mean, you find out that there's a beam that can take you to the Citadel. So the whole mission is get to that beam. You have this really weird moment with Shepard, Anderson, and the Elusive Man that kind of doesn't really click in a sense. I mean, I was hoping for more of a fight with Elusive Man. Maybe he could be the end boss. But
they were building up to Elusive Man in the whole Mass Effect 2, and then all in Mass Effect 3, you're just like, I hate you, I'm coming to get you. And you finally meet him face to face for the first time in the series, and it's just like a mild conversation, and then you figure out that he's been like indoctrinated or whatever, and it was basically like a clone of Saren from the first game, and you're just like, okay.
And then you get controlled by the Elusive Man and you shoot Anderson. It was kind of a letdown, but then the big point was what comes afterwards.
Yeah.
That's what gets a lot of gamers upset.
So basically, you're taken up to the Citadel, and then all of a sudden this AI starts talking to you, and it's in the form of a small child that Shepard saw die on Earth in the beginning of the game, and keeps appearing in dreams. And basically tells you that the Reapers are here to clean the galaxy, they've done for every couple 50,000 years or whatever it is. You have 3 choices. That's right, 3. Not 126 or whatever BioWare promised when they said, oh, everything you do in every game will lead up to the ending of the series. No, you had 3 choices. And it's not just 3 choices. There are 3 choices. I'd be satisfied with them. There are 3 choices that are literally almost the exact same ending.
The first option, which is control the Reapers, which is what the Elusive Man wanted to do, it seems almost like a cop-out in itself. Like, you've spent the whole series fighting these things, and now you're talking about controlling them. And then option 2 is
destroy option, where you just blow everything up, and it doesn't just only destroy the Reapers, but destroys everything with synthetic life. So ED, the Geth, and technological things that require electricity, boom, poof, gone. Basically everything blows up, and then all of a sudden it cuts to a cutscene with Joker and your teammates, and they're going through mass relay for some reason. No one knows why.
Why was Joker in space?
It's with the 2 teammates that you had on Earth who were supposed to be dead. Everyone else died, but apparently those 2 teammates made it out unscratched.
How did Garrus get on the ship? Why the heck did Garrus and Liara, who my squad mates, survive? I mean, were they just like, oh, red beam, bye Shepard, we out, we rolling, man? I'm thinking, what? Why is what? I couldn't.
The real bummer for me was the mass relays. Every single one is how you get around the galaxy. That's how we've communicated with all the different races throughout the Milky Way. Every single one gets blown up in a chain reaction, and which already has a bunch of plot holes in itself, because in Mass Effect 2,
you destroy a relay and it wipes out the Batarians in a sense, and then you have this idea of, well, if every relay blows up in every sector of the galaxy, that's going to kill a lot of people.
All those fleets that you got to come to Earth are stranded there, apparently, but they're probably dead anyway.
And then you have that weird epilogue at the end.
Oh, the Stargazer. We don't even know what planet he's on, who he's talking to, what's it about. It doesn't make any sense.
Gamers so fired up, which caused BioWare to come out with a promised Endings DLC,
which could be interesting. BioWare has stated it will not contain any new gameplay or additional endings, but it will expand upon the endings, and hopefully the last mission of the game to add more closure to why Joker's running around, why everyone doesn't die when the mass relays explode, and all the other plot holes and just questions that we have about the ending. Hopefully BioWare can deliver some closure to the ending of Mass Effect 3. Overall, it was a great game. I can say with confidence that I enjoyed 99% of the game until the last 5 minutes.
That 1%, yeah. Just the fighting, the feeling that the galaxy's in trouble, you gotta save it, and it comes so close. It comes so close to being one of the best games ever in my mind.
It really does.
It ends you with such that sour note. But maybe BioWare changes it with endings. Maybe the DLC works. If not, I still enjoy my ride.
This is the Virtual Playground. Jeffrey Morris and Guy Anthony signing off.